Alright, today I have a really awesome video today for you. I got a few cards that came in, and I have a few photographs from my relatively new put together binder here. So one thing I want to show you here is when everybody was at the National buying expensive autograph cards and trading cards and more than likely tobacco cards, vintage cards, I went on to eBay and bought two of them. They took a little while to get here from New Jersey because they've been having weather issues and a few other things. But these are 1922 film stars. One of them had a rip on the back, which I did not realize. That's probably not shown. And this one here has a corner damage here. But we have T. Roy Barnes from 1922 film stars. So that's really awesome to have that one there, T. Roy Barnes. I did a kind of a research of him and I said that's kind of cool. And there's his stats or whatever his stuff is on the back. And I believe there's card numbers if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how many's in the set here, but at least I got one for a whopping $1. And I want to say that these were in my bookmarks for an awfully long time and I just went ahead and got them. And this is Priscilla Dean. So there's Priscilla Dean, and most of these are silent film stars. They did a few things outside of the silent era, but 1922. And again, $1 a piece, and this one had a glue rip, you know, for when it was glued into the binder, so it left a thin spot there. Normally I wouldn't have taken that, but again, I cannot be picky when they're $1 anymore. I want to see these are from America or Canada set. I am not 100% sure of that. So if I look up 1922 film stars, I think I might have one or two, but we'll double check on that one, and that is very cool to get those. And then to make the order a little nicer, I also got a few more. They're well packed. This one here is Alan and Ginter, and I just had her name Mickey Sudo, and she's a competitive eater, and I think somebody got her TTM, so I'm going to send that one. And it's kind of a shiny, but it's also matte at the same time, so hopefully she'll be able to sign that. I want to say that was $1. And then also from the exact same seller, I got this Tyler Glasnow. I don't have very many of this design, but I have tons from these sets here. And somebody called it Halloween, but I don't know what it is. It's from an update set here, so I really don't know. It's when you look at it from straight on, it's usually fairly orange. And this is card number 300 update series, so don't know much about that one, but I will eventually be working on that set one of these days. And got a Guy Lafleur. You know, one time this would have been for TTM. I don't think I'm not sure. I don't remember who's passed on and who hasn't. But it's just a nice card there, and I might have had it, but it was again $1. And if it wasn't an upgrade, it certainly is now. For me to get any of these cards or anything remotely of these particular cards around here are nil. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video here. I have been putting together some of my photographs collections for a long time. Two more came in today. I was not going to pay $50 because most of the photographs are $24.95 plus shipping, which works out to over $50 for two photographs, and that just cannot be done. And this is my new binder. I don't have all my pictures in here, but I had problems with the pen there, but PBS photographs, so it technically things from the public television circuit are on there. Things like these, you know, autograph returns from Kelly Pino from 321 Contact. Sent me two pictures that have been autographed. And then these are the Newton's Apple people right here. If you don't remember Newton's Apple, they used the Ruckzuck theme from, I can't think of their name right now. It was a rock theme and they had to kind of change that. I forget the group's name right now, but I think they were German maybe. There's the Newton's Apple thing there, and we'll skip this one here because I'll save that for another video here. I got some pictures, I think, of James Earl Jones. I think that's who that is. And then there's the creator of Children's Television Network, Joan Gans Cooney, which is autographed, you can't see it. More of the 321 Contact crew later on. And then we've got the 321 original cast there. That's probably worth all of $50 or more even. That's a rare photograph. You just don't find that one. And I got that back when I could get photographs for under $20. It was probably 12 or 13 and I had to take it. And then we will get into the ones that I just got in today. And these two were $5 a piece. Combined shipping came out to around $12. Very, very happy here. I looked up channel 57. And that is Springfield Massachusetts, I believe, and it's WGBY, I think. Has something to do connected with WGBH Boston, sort of, but don't quote me on that one. And this is Mike Lauren of The Freeway, a rock group, and Mike Lauren is still alive. He was 22 or something crazy when this picture was taken in 72. And it's called Vibrations on channel 57. Number 16, 6772, 9 p.m. Eastern EDT or whatever it is. And then it was on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, but it doesn't say what, WGBY. And I believe WGBY started a year after or before. So 1971, I think they started. And then from the same exact television station, and this mentions President Ford, so this should be probably 76, 77, 75, maybe in that range there. And this is New York Times columnist James Reston discussing with Behind the Lines host Harrison Salisbury. So I looked up Behind the Lines, and I could find nothing about it. But it was on 10:30 p.m. on channel 57 over PBS right there. And again, the PBS logo, famous one right there, is very, very cool. And that is in that one. There's nothing on the back of the photographs because that's blank, but you can see some old heat damage or something there. But it's just very, very cool to have those. I have some Mr. Rogers photographs. I have some Bob Vila photographs, and I think I found that binder this morning, but I haven't had a chance to switch and put those in there, so I'll get that more organized. Again, another one of my free binders. Very, very happy to have that. And congratulations to my channel, because the video I just recently published of the PBS KEET digital transition thing, I got a person that said, I don't know why this was recommended to me, but he enjoyed the video, so YouTube recommended it to somebody. That's neat. And also in this time span of I have my card videos that die off at 25 to 30 views at the most. This got at least 150, and I think it's gotten way more since early this morning, so I'm really happy to have put up TV content. It's just really, really hard to find. And most of the PBS people that upload content have basically uploaded other people's content backwards and forwards and sideways and diagonal and sort of thing, and it's okay because they attribute and again and make their own little, put their own little spin on it, and their own 7.5 hour compilations. Some of these things have like 700,000 views, 70,000 views, 10,000 views, 6,000 views, crazy amounts of views on things you would never even think. But television nostalgia from the 60s, 70s, and 80s and mid-90s, early 2000s is just absolutely through the roof. And when I say that the Goodwill stores and lots of other thrift stores are yanking away the videotapes and not letting their customers buy them, I just was able to get that one because it slipped through the cracks, and I threw it in a different case of the Wedding Singer, and I was able to upload that, and I'm very happy to have that. And that's for anybody to take bits and pieces and share all over the web, because I do not own it. So that's very cool. So you will be seeing a few more of these pictures in the future here. Want to add that. My goal is not to get every photograph that was ever printed. Some of them have really distasteful subject matter, as a lot of photographs actually do. There's a couple of after-school special ones that are floating around there that I can't even tell you what they're about. They're pretty bad. And it's really, really weird asking somebody if they would take a discount on this weird photograph sort of thing. But they're the ones selling it, mind you. Those are things you just don't want to type in. You just don't want to do a search for those, because then that's just a bad thing all around. But you need those to finish out and round out your collection, because it's a collective history of the good and the bad of things that happened over time. And so some of those will be coming through. And I took a quick trip out to the bin store, got a few weird records, and I got a heck of a good deal on some movies that were $1 a piece at the store down the street from the Goodwill. Some of them were like, I think I got Barnaby Jones or something like that, has like 6 or 7 discs or something like that, and it was a whole $1. Very, very happy to get that stuff. So it was a successful day all around, and very, very happy, even though these might be not the most interesting thing. I love researching these people events. Mike Lauren is still alive. He has a YouTube channel, and these people have passed on, but I can learn about what all these historical events are going on. It's just, you know, the learning never stops, but it seems like in YouTube right now, it's just the complaining never stops. So this video is finished, and I'll end off with a little clip, and thank you for watching.
This is WGBY-TV Springfield, community-supported public television.